This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some important updates to share with you. Social Security could increase a lot higher than we thought, an extra 36% higher. Also, SSI payments are at $841 coming out in a few weeks, and I'll give you the latest Social Security schedule for payments coming out in July. Bernie Sanders calls for expanding Social Security, not cutting it. A potential $2,400 boost can be done there. For the third week in a row, gas prices have surprisingly decreased. Is it because of President Biden's policy? I'll play you a video clip answering the questions of what's going on with gas prices, and I'll also give you the latest on stimulus checks and those $1,000, $50 checks, as well as a few other important updates as well. Hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below. So let's start off with Social Security. Next year's Social Security raise could be 36% bigger than this year's. Here's why that's a huge problem. So Social Security retirees see a cost of living increase in most years. Next year's benefit increase will be 36% larger than this year's was, and that's a huge problem because it means inflation has continued to surge. So if you're paying more, if you're getting paid more, that means prices of cost of living are higher as well. So in terms of that 36% increase, so in 2022, it was a 5.9% increase in benefits. 2023, what they're saying is that it could be as high as 10%, which is 35.6% larger bump in benefits than retirees expected during the past year. So prices could go up. Inflation could go up, but COLA will go up as well, and it's not really always a good thing. So in terms of other parts of Social Security going up, crossing the aisle, Bernie Sanders touts Social Security plan on Fox News, basically saying that Social Security recipients need to get higher payments, that potential $2,400 boost. Meanwhile, on the other side of the aisle, they may talk about cutting Social Security, but Bernie Sanders is saying don't cut Social Security, expand it. Millions of our seniors cannot afford to retire, and we must expand Social Security so that they can live with dignity. So that boost could be an extra $200 more per month or $2,400 for the year, which is a pretty big number. But let me know, should it be higher, lower? In terms of Social Security calendar for July, if your date of birth is from the 1st through the 10th of the month, your payment is distributed on Wednesday, July 13th. If your birthday is the 11th through the 20th, then your payment distributed is on Wednesday, July 20th. And then if your date of birth is the 21st through the 31st, then you'll get that check on Wednesday, July 27th. So that's the payment schedule there. And then in terms of the 841 direct payments going out in weeks for SSI, Social Security Supplemental Income. So basically for that, where's the date? Okay, so that means on August 1st, eligible Americans will get another direct payment of $841 because that $841 came out on July 1st for this month. So it's usually the first of the month. At least that's what this article says. But if you're already getting these checks, you probably already know that. In terms of gas prices, so gas prices continue to drop for third week, bringing some relief at the pump. So we've heard a lot about increased gas prices. Gas prices are getting a little bit lower, but it doesn't really seem like it because they're still really high. So even though they're getting slightly lower, they're still at a pretty high level. Speaking of gas, the other day when we were coming back from Florida, I saw at the gas station, it said it was maybe $4.39 at the sign. And then once I started filling up, the number went to $4.95. So I think I got scammed there. That's just a whole other side story anyways. But Jeff Bezos, the founder and CEO of Amazon, warns against White House solution to lower gas prices. The founder is watching closely the Biden administration as it fights inflation at a 40-year high. So there was a little tiff between Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, and President Biden, or at least the White House. Let me know your thoughts. Are the gas prices lower because of Biden? Are they lower because of other reasons? And what should be done about those gas prices? Take a look at this video clip right here, giving a different perspective.
All right, let's get back to this Biden versus Bezos feud that we saw erupt over the weekend. Amazon founder, Chief Jeff Bezos, taking aim at the president after he called on companies running gas stations to just, well, lower prices. Biden tweeting, quote, bring down the price you are charging at the pump to reflect the cost you're paying for the product and do it now. Well, Jeff Bezos responding with this, quote, inflation is far too important a problem for the White House to keep making statements like this. It's either straight ahead misdirection or a deep misunderstanding of basic market dynamics. The United States Oil and Gas Association jumping into all of this, tweeting, quote, make sure the White House intern who posted this tweet registers for Econ 101 come this fall. Okay, joining the conversation all morning long, we have Michael Lee, strategy founder Michael Lee, and Defense of Freedom Institute for Policy Studies spokesperson Angela Morabito. Good morning to both of you. And Michael, I'm going to start with you. Your reaction to all of this, in particular, Jeff Bezos saying that the president doesn't understand economics.
Yeah, well, Jeff Bezos knows that there's a power shift coming this fall. And so what he's trying to do is pretend as if he's not partially responsible for the situation we're in, being that he owns the Washington Post, which is his personal propaganda outfit. Much of the climate nonsense, war on fossil fuels, is played out on the pages of his own personal tabloid. It's. At first, it's nice to see someone powerful push back against this administration that wouldn't normally do it. But he's trying to be Elon, and he's not Elon. He's a guy who practices several predatory practices, putting small business owners out on the street, doing whatever he can to steal whatever type of market share he could possibly get, using whatever type of tactics he can get to just paint light on the fact that this administration has declared war on fossil fuels. And one of the first things Joe Biden said when he was running for president in 2019 was, I'm going to end the fossil fuel industry. Well, this is playing out now. And, all Joe Biden wants to do and the Biden administration wants to do is blame everyone else but themselves, because it is crushing their popularity and therefore limiting their power. So if people were in favor of higher gas prices, or it wasn't having the impact it was, you wouldn't hear any of this. But now we need to vilify the small business owner. And Jeff Bezos is right. This defies basic economics. But in terms of Jeff Bezos virtual signaling about the Biden administration talking nonsense, give me a break. This is just as much his fault as is theirs.
I agree with you. And Angela, the Wall Street Journal editorial board took it a step further, and they say the president doesn't appear to know anything about how the private economy works. And they say that this tweet betrayed a willful ignorance about the private economy.
They're absolutely right. This White House does not understand the fact that supply and demand remain undefeated. And instead of making this country a leader, an energy exporter, energy independent, they would rather have us depend on foreign powers for our energy, and would rather say, oh, go buy a Tesla, rather than complain about prices at the pump. They don't understand economics. They don't understand the pain at the pump that everyday Americans are feeling. And Michael is right. When they cannot blame Republicans, they blame Russia. And when they can't blame Republicans or Russia, they blame private industry. And blame is what you do when you don't have a plan.
Yeah, because, of course, Michael, it was those evil, greedy oil companies. Yet if you look at how gas stations actually operate in this country, look, large refiners own fewer than 5% of all these gas stations. These are 60% of the gas stations in this country are mom and pop businesses, and they don't make money on gasoline. Any profit they make goes to the real estate that they're paying. It goes to the taxes that they're paying, transportation. And that simple fact, Michael, seems to have evaded, again, all of those Ivy League educated economists that I think work at the White House.
Well, Cheryl, they know this, right? They just think you're too stupid to know it, and they want you to blame the little small business owner who's out there, who makes the bulk of his profit comes from inside the shop. So when gas costs 3 times as much as it did a few years ago, people have less money to buy slushies and Slurpees and Cokes and other sorts of snacks in there, which actually drive the profit for these small business owners. So remember, if you're the everyday average American, not only do they look down on you, they pretty much hate you.
Yeah, and they think that we are stupid. And I think that we're going to get into the polls later, but those polls are now showing that the American people are not stupid, and they've had it.
So what are your thoughts on that? Should the smaller gas stations decrease their prices? Let me know. What are your thoughts? Where do you stand on all of that? So given a stimulus update, no stimulus checks in sight as U.S. rent soar. So in terms of the federal stimulus check, not happening at this point. Can it happen in the future? Potentially. What are my thoughts on a federal stimulus check? I think that the closer we get to midterm elections, there might be a chance. If it was ever going to happen, it would probably happen around October, September, October, if that's going to happen. But I don't know. Chances right now, I'm not sure. If things stay the way they are, it's potential small stimulus check. But in terms of rents are up 15% from a year ago. The median apartment rent is now over $2,000 a month on a national level. That's a lot of money for rent. Jeez. So new data is saying that in some larger cities like Austin and Seattle, rents are up more than 30%. Wow, so high. Crazy how much higher the rent is. As the housing prices go up, the rent prices go up as well. So no stimulus despite skyrocketing rents, no stimulus despite inflation and high cost of living, no stimulus despite higher food prices, high gas prices. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how there's still no stimulus yet. We're seeing it on a state level, but I know it's not what everybody wants because it doesn't affect everybody. So stimulus checks, see if you're eligible for a state tax rebate and when the money will go out. So I'll just go over this one right here, the California inflation relief check of up to $1,050. So this is just in California, and it's for anybody who makes less than $75,000. You get $350. If you make less than $150,000 as a couple, then you're going to get $700. And if you have a dependent, then you get $1,050. So that's where the $1,050 comes from. If you're single on your own, then it's $350. So yeah, more checks going out there. And then, yeah, I think there might be one more Colorado refund check. So if for residents who filed their tax return by June 30th, just a few days ago, will get a $750 check by September. Joint filers will get $1,500, $1,500. So yeah, the deadline, okay, yep. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Belle. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you something what you should always do. So when you want to do something, do it. Like if you want to go out in outer space, do it. If you want to say something, do it. Say whatever you want and do whatever you want. And make it excitement. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a great July 4th. We just kind of hung around the house. Actually, wasn't feeling too well. It was rainy, had a big headache. So yeah, we just kind of rested yesterday. Anyway, hopefully you had a great day. If you want to check out any of my other videos, my other channels, you could click up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.